Alright, let me ask you something. What if I told you that in professional golf, only the top 70 players in the world get to play for the biggest prize of the year? That's not just a number, it's a gatekeeper. The FedEx Cup Playoffs are the ultimate proving ground, and right now, the entire field is holding its breath. But here's what's wild, the cutoff wasn't just about skill, it was about survival. Think about it. Michael Brennan, a 24-year-old rookie, was ranked 105th in the standings. He needed a miracle to get into the playoffs, and he didn't just get a miracle, he won the tournament. That's not just a feel-good story, it's a reminder that golf, like life, rewards persistence. But here's the kicker, even with his win, he finished 48th in the standings. That's not a typo. It means the competition was so brutal that even a victory wasn't enough to crack the top 30. What does that say about the depth of talent on the PGA Tour? It's insane. You've got guys like Scottie Scheffler, the world #1, with over 4,000 points, but then you look at the 70th spot and see Jackson Koivun with just 558 points. That's a 3,500-point gap between first and last. Personally, I think that's the most fascinating part of this whole system. It's not just about being the best, it's about being consistent enough to survive the grind. And let's talk about the guys on the bubble. Jackson Koivun, for example, had to hang on for dear life during the Wyndham Championship. One shot. That's it. One shot separated him from missing out entirely. Imagine the pressure of knowing that one missed putt could end your season. It's not just about talent, it's about mental toughness. What makes this really interesting is how the points system creates this weird hierarchy. The top 10 players are light years ahead of the rest, but then from 11th to 70th, it's a tight, chaotic scramble. Take a look at the numbers. The 10th player has 1,929 points, and the 70th has 558. That's a 1,371-point difference. But here's the thing, those lower-tier players aren't just chasing points, they're fighting for their careers. If you take a step back and think about it, the FedEx Cup Playoffs aren't just a tournament, they're a psychological battlefield. Players like Justin Thomas, who's ranked 39th with 959 points, have to prove they're still relevant. Meanwhile, guys like Rory McIlroy, at 12th with 1,738 points, are already in the conversation for the title. But here's a detail I find fascinating, the points aren't just about winning tournaments. They're about consistency. If you finish in the top 10 regularly, you accumulate points, but if you have a bad week, you drop like a rock. That's why the Wyndham Championship was so critical, because it wasn't just about winning, it was about securing enough points to stay in the race. And that brings me to a deeper question, does this system favor the elite or does it create opportunities for underdogs? Because Brennan's story shows that it's possible, but the math doesn't exactly make it easy. What this really suggests is that the PGA Tour is a meritocracy, but one that's brutally unforgiving. If you're not on fire, you're out. And that's what makes the playoffs so thrilling. It's not just about who's the best, it's about who can handle the pressure, the randomness, and the relentless competition. So, what's next? Well, the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis is the first stop, and I guarantee you, the drama will be non-stop. Because in this game, even the best can fall. And that, my friends, is why we watch.